Anyhow, game 1 of series number 2 going to take place on Berlingrad, and our first player up is the blue Terran player playing for Shopify Rebellion. Make some noise, guys, for Byun.
And playing for the team of Kaizi Gaming, it is the Red Zerg, Solar. Yeah, honestly, this is a pretty tough one to call. I'm a big fan of both players. You know, both have demonstrated that they are at the top level of play for their respective races. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, both of these players has been kind of like considered one of the old school players. They've been playing this game for like forever, it seems. I think all the way back into the Wings of Liberty days, at the very least Heart of the Swarm days. I believe they've been playing all the way since maybe the Wings of Liberty days. But yeah, these guys has been consistently putting up great performances in games. They've been, of course, consistently getting to the mix of things in GSL. Some seasons they don't make it, some seasons they do, but for the most part they're around, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really hard to, gauge consistency when you're literally looking at something like GSL where it's just so exclusive. I mean, these are literally the best players. All right, looks like this SCV is going to see that there are Lings out a little bit early. That Reaper is on its way to intercept. A little bit of a mind game, possibly? No, the Reaper is going to head on home, but these 4 Lings that were not set to chase the SCV, they are going to take a little bit of a longer way around, possibly to try to juke out the Reaper. But, of course, it is going to be at home, ready to greet them. Oh, looks like that grenade pushed back the Reaper itself for a little bit, but I'd say if you're Solar, your goal is to delay the natural for as long as possible.
Yeah, this is not an all-in of any sort, of course. It's just to delay a little bit of building time from that CC. Does work out in the end, so... And also managed to kill 2 SCVs and 1 Marine, so not too shabby for 6 Lings.
Yeah, I like this opener a lot, right? We've already got the Queens out, so this Reaper is not going to get any sort of significant damage done. Oh, and the third is actually going to go down right as the Reaper gets over to Solar side of the map as well.
This Reaper is going to go ahead and just kind of park and patrol at the outskirts of the natural, just to kind of keep an eye out on that, maybe that creep tumor. Can probably head on over there to maybe harass it, but with these 2 Queens, I don't expect that this Reaper will get the creep tumor. At the very least, does get into the main base to get some nice scouting. Of course, sometimes you do see Zergs being a little bit cheeky, kind of going for maybe a fast layer or maybe some a fast Roach Warren to put on some pressure. So getting some nice scout is always a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. Now that Reaper is being a little bit of a nuisance. Of course, it's going to be able to target fire. Oh, and the drone just barely isn't saved, so that Reaper will get to put 1 mark to its name, indicating that it does kill 1 drone. But yeah, it's always annoying. I don't know if this is a good habit, but whenever I play, I always put I think it's my 2nd creep tumor on the ramp. I think it's a little bit too early, right? You mainly want to spread creep out, but I'm always so paranoid of that exact kind of situation where the Reaper comes up and abuses that ramp where there is no creep.
Oh, you know that's funny, because that's also what I like to do too. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah. First creep tumor is like towards the opponent's base, and then the second creep tumor into my kind of connecting the main and the natural. So I like to do that as well.
Now, I do like this move a lot by Byun, picking off 7 additional drones just from I believe it was a 3 to 4 Hellion drop. But of course, the armory is also done. So are we going to see a Hellbat follow-up? I think it's pretty possible right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there are currently, let's see here, how many Hellions? 6 Hellions out on the field. So yeah, it looks like Byun is going to go ahead and go for a Hellbat timing push. And we'll see if these Queens can defend against this.
That Overlord is going to move back just in time for a transfuse, but is it going to be enough? We see 6 queens on the front lines trying to engage. First queen is going to take a lot of damage. A lot of transfuses have been popped. The medevac goes down. I like that move a lot, but is it going to be enough? 5 of these Hellbats are still alive. 3 Marines for additional DPS in the back. And look at that. We see 9 drones on the production tab. Does that indicate that Solar is confident that he will be able to clean this up? Or is it just because he didn't have enough larvae for other fighting units? The Roach Warren just finished, so we should see some Roaches on the production tab, but no, it's going to be 10 more Lings. But look at that. A lot of lost mining time. I don't know if that's the right move, right? Moving back those drones so early when these 2 Hellbats are still alive. Oh no.
My God.
GG is called. Byun is going to take the first game in a very decisive way.
Man, it's been really enjoyable for me at the very least. To have you casting with me on in this light hour of the day. Of course, these all take place, or has taken place, very late in the hour for me. Not sure where you guys are living, but it's currently the event started at 11 p.m. So, but yeah, it's always fun to get some late night casting, StarCraft cast out there for you guys, and happy to do it with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's always a treat. I mean, getting to see, such high-level players duke it out, and here's the best part is that it's not like GSL playoffs where, they have to play the best build all the time, right? Sometimes we get to see some crazy stuff that, maybe they're just testing out once in a blue moon, something like that. I love it.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, it feels like this event is more like chill and relaxing. There's no big pressure,
right.
for the players or even for us as well. And so we can kind of just chill and just cast some fun StarCraft games. And not a lot on stake. Of course, $300 is a lot. But in terms of ESL EPT points or anything like that, or 30,000 on the line, nothing like that.
Right. Now, I will say that for Solar, the second drone, ooh, wow, this Reaper actually getting 2 drone kills, even though there were 6 Lings out and about. So I'd say for Solar, at least in the moment, this game is pretty risky for him.
Yeah, looks like the Reaper wants to get in, but Queen is there. Does get home, or does get out there with 16 health. Let's see, what is Byun going for? Currently a 1-1-1 build, dropping down that 3rd CC. So it looks like Byun not doing anything too crazy. Not gonna go for that same Hellion Hellbat timing push. Gonna go ahead and play it pretty standard, and probably will go ahead into the mid game.
Yeah, I like that build a lot, right? It's you get the best of both worlds. You have a quick 3rd command center, so worst case, if you're defending, you can just produce an extra SCV. Best case, you can actually start mining from it a lot quicker than another, later timed command center. And then of course you've got the classic 1-1-1 where you can pretty much build anything. Oh, but a little bit of miscommunication between Byun and his buildings. Looks like the barracks and the starport were headed towards the natural, but they will land, and it looks like it's going to be a Cloak Banshee opener coming out of the starport.
Yeah, so of course this is a really safe build. Of course, the Banshees can help out with any Roach Ravager push. These Hellions, of course, can take care of the Lings as well. And then if the Zerg player is kind of just sitting back, which is what Solar is currently doing now, he can just run by, harass with the Hellions. Let's see how many drones he can get.
Yeah, I was just about to say, right when you said run by, these Hellions ran right through, past the Queens, getting 4 drones, which is not bad, but I'd say for 4 Hellions, you might want a little more. Oh, look at that stack! 8 drones going down, 9 in total. That was a good trade, and I don't think Solar is too happy about that. Look at his drone timing, his timing with sending the drones back to the mineral patches. It's just such bad timing in the first game, and now this game as well.
Yeah, he's just just walking those drones right into Byun's lap. I know it's kind of a generous season nowadays with Christmas being just finished, but you don't want to be too nice. I mean,
Right,
like,
you gotta save some for yourself too.
yeah, like it's good to like gift and like maybe some AirPods or something, but you don't want to gift $2 billion. You know, it's like
Right. Yeah, I'd say Byun is pretty happy with that opener. It looks like he's just gonna go into a standard 5-1-1. Bio is gonna be the name of the game.
so. Really great scouting there by Solar. Sent out the Lings. Did catch eye on the Banshees. So it looks like Solar will be able to prepare for them. Got the Overseer out as well. Gonna go ahead and give it chase, but these Banshees, of course, are just a tad bit faster.
Man, it's so funny because whenever I play with Banshees and there's a Spore Crawler, I always lose either one or both of my Banshees. And then these players, they never, like, you know, it takes a little bit of damage, but they're fine. Like, they get away with a couple of drone kills and they're happy. Man.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. It's like sometimes, like, you know, you make Lings and then you try to do those backdoor stabbing and then it never works out. And then you're like looking at Sero and Rainer and they're like getting damage, like ton of damage with their Ling run by. You're like, why can't I do that?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but speaking of damage with the Banshees, they're able to get a cancel on Solar's 4th base, so just a little bit of extra value. Always appreciated.
Yeah, by the way, Holly in the live chat asking, is the elimination match a best of 5 or is this GSL style bracket? This is the group stage at the very least is indeed a GSL style bracket. So all matches will be a best of 3 for tonight. But anyhow, these Banshees are going to go ahead and dive in here. Once again, doesn't get too much done, but I think Solar needs to worry more about this push coming out in the middle as there are a bunch of Marine. Oh, actually, nice catch there with those queens. Cleans up the rest of these Banshees, so no more annoying flying paper airplanes.
Paper airplanes, I like that. All right, a very, very good pickup by Byun. So it looks like a bunch of, a small pack of Lings and Banes were sort of split off to deal with the Widowmine, but in response, Byun was able to keep every single one of his Marines alive, so definitely very happy about that trade.
Oh, a little bit unfortunate here for Solar. These Banes will get caught off in this top base here. But in the meantime, Byun, I think, focusing on his attack here. Doesn't get too much done as there are so much Lings and Banelings. Solar should be fine. Just needs to work on his creep spread a little bit more.
I like that. The Hellions from earlier were converted into Hellbats, right? Just a little bit more staying power for the Marines. Makes the Banelings just a little bit more critical, but of course we do see a a very high amount of Marines available to deal with that. Okay, here we go. So it looks like the first medevac pool of Marines is going to pick up and drop back off. And this is where the Zerg begins to get pretty uncomfortable because it just takes one wrong move and then they lose all of their Lings and Banes. And all of a sudden you have nothing to deal with the rest of the Marines. In the meantime, Byun has his 4th base up and running. The 5th base for Solar is almost done, but look at that. At the 4th base location, Marines are going to move down onto the low ground just to be able to get a little bit more of an angle on the Zerg. So I like that move a lot by Byun.
Yeah, it kind of limits the amount of Banelings he can kind of send in. Because, of course, they can't reach the bottom side Marines. But he does have a little bit of a Ling run by, if I do see on the... Yeah, not doing too much. Byun, on the other hand, actually has another force here on the left side. So I really like this. Kind of doing a double-prong attack onto the left and right side. Forcing Solar to decide where to split off his units.
Look at that. These two medevacs are going to drop right onto the Reaper Cliff, where, of course, the Zerg is not going to be able to target with Lings and Banes, but looks like that force that was sort of harassing the 4th for a bit is now going to move into the 3rd. I think Solar is being pulled apart right now. Look at that, 16, 17. The number keeps on going up. Over 15 drones have been picked off already. And these Marines on the Reaper Cliff are still doing some damage. More reinforcements are coming in at the 4th base location. I don't think this is stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, in fact, it looks like he will manage to take out that hatchery. And so now both players are going to be equalized on 4 bases, which is always a great thing for the Terran player. However, looks like Solar is looking to clean up here at the right side to potentially retake the hatchery, but not enough Lings and Bailings. Byun is going to hold.
Yeah, this is a really, really good position that Byun is in. I mean, all you have to do is look at the supply, right? The soup does not lie, and right now it is saying that Byun is way, way ahead.
More Banelings being morphed in. However, yeah, I think Byun, as he takes his 5th base, is feeling pretty confident. And oh my goodness, even throwing in some cheeky Widowmine drops at the 11-minute mark.
You know, I like what Solar is doing in terms of making Vipers, but honestly, it's too little too late. I mean, look at this. The creep is pushed all the way back. All the Lings and Banes are going to get cleaned up, and GG is called. Byun is going to take this game.